Hello everyone, welcome to the ITLS Academy. Today we are going to discuss the topic preparation of chocolate. Okay, so in today lecture we are going to discuss about the how we prepare the chocolate from the cocoa beans and how what is the type of the chocolate. And first of all we are going to discuss about the description of the chocolate. We all know that chocolates are made up of cocoa beans. Okay, this is the raw material for the chocolate. Raw material for the chocolate. And without cocoa beans, chocolate are not prepared. And this cocoa beans are found a tree that is called a cocoa tree. Okay. This cocoa tree first discovered by the South American rainforest. Okay. They are first discovered in the South American rainforest. The main ingredients of the chocolate are chocolate liquor, cocoa powder and cocoa butter. These all three main ingredients of the chocolate are derived from the cocoa beans, or you can say that it is the byproduct of the cocoa beans. Byproduct of the cocoa beans. Okay, so different kinds of chocolate use varying amount of these three ingredients. The main ingredients are these three, that is your chocolate liquor, cocoa butter and cocoa butter. But the ratio of this ingredients, or you can say that the amount of this or the amount of these ingredients are changes, and when there are changes then different kind of chocolates are produced. That means that all type of chocolate are totally depend upon the amount of these ingredients. Now come to the next slide. About the cocoa tree. This cocoa tree is cultivated in many countries, but there are some countries which are leading for the production of this tree. That is your Ivory Coast, Ghana, Indonesia, Nigeria, Brazil, Cameroon, Ecuador, Dominican Republic, and Papua New Guinea. These are the countries which are leading for the supply of cocoa tree. Okay, so when the cocoa tree are cultivated means ultimately the cocoa beans are cultivated more because they are derived from the cocoa tree. Now come to the next slide. History of the chocolate. We all know that the history of the chocolate, it arises back from the 1500 year ago. Okay, so manufacturing of the chocolate, or you can say that the manufacturing of the chocolate, or you can say that the word chocolate are derived back from the 1500 year ago. They are first found by a Mayan and Aztec civilization. Okay, the first the first these chocolates are first found in where? It is found in Mayan and Aztec civilization. Okay, now what does Mayans do? Mayans uses these cocoa beans to create the cold, unsweetened, spicy chocolate beverages. Okay, what they do, they are not able to prepare the chocolate, so that's why they are preparing the chocolate beverages, which are cold, unsweetened, and spicy. And this was the first form of chocolate. So the chocolate liquid are the first form of the chocolate which are prepared by the Mayans use with the help of cocoa beans, and this chocolate beverages are cold, unsweetened, and spicy. Okay, now the next civilization, that is your Aztec civilization, uses this cocoa beans just like a thread, and they name the spicy drink. They again prepare the spicy drink and name as the zocolati. That is the name of the chocolate drink Zocolati. They are what? They are the spicy drink, spicy chocolate drink. Okay, and this is prepared by the Aztec civilization, and they have what? They have bitter water. Now we all know that cocoa beans are important role in both type of civilization, that is your Aztec civilization and Mayan civilization. Okay, now come to the next slide. Then after that, the first cocoa beans was introduced in Spain in 16th century. Okay, and the first chocolate drink was brought to Europe by Spanish conquistador Hernan Cortes. Okay, the first cocoa bean are introduced in Spain in 16th century. Okay, the the chocolate drink, the characterization of this chocolate drink was it is sweetened to match European taste, and this drink are prescribed to the people who are in depression. Okay, and they are used to love and death positions. In the late 18th century, the French and the Dutch processor experiment with chocolate liquid, and after that, in 1989, the first chocolate bar was introduced in China, and milk chocolate was invented in 1875. So the first chocolate bar was introduced in 1819 in Switzerland, and in 1875 milk chocolate was invented. So now come to the next slide. Okay, now first of all, the how we process the cocoa beans. This class was already discussed, and the video related to this class was already uploaded in our account. You can go through the videos and see how the cocoa beans are produced, because when the cocoa beans are produced, after that we can manufacture the chocolate. Okay, now we have a cocoa. Okay, this cocoa are what? They are processed cocoa. Now we have to roast it and winnowing. Okay, so the first thing that we use for the manufacturing of the cocoa beans is that we have to roast the cocoa beans so that the flavor and color are developed. When these cocoa beans are roasted, then the outer shell of the cocoa beans are removed, and when they remove, the inner cocoa bean is broken and it divided into two pieces, and these two pieces are very small in size, and it is called a cocoa nibs. Okay, now why we roast this cocoa beans? We roast this cocoa beans so that the shell of the cocoa brittle and the cocoa nibs pass through a series of sieves, which strain and sort the nib according to the size. And when this cocoa nibs are divided or sorted according to their size, then it is called a winnowing. Now come to the slide, see what is written in the slide. The first thing that chocolate manufacturer do with cocoa bean is roast them. Okay, why we roast them? So that the color and flavor are developed. Okay, when this cocoa beans are roasted, the outer shell of the bean is removed, and the inner cocoa bean meat is broken into a small pieces. Suppose this is your cocoa beans. Okay, when it is roasted, it divided into a two small pieces. Okay, more than two, yeah, more than three, and this is called what? This is called a cocoa nibs. Okay, now roasting process is help the cocoa beans for removing their shell and cocoa brittle. Okay, when we roast it, the shell is removed, and along with shell, the brittleness of the cocoa will also remove, and this cocoa nibs are passes through a series of sieves, and which strain and sort the nibs according to the size. And when we sorting the cocoa nibs according to their size, and it is called winnowing. So this is about the roasting and winnowing of the cocoa beans. Now come to the next slide. Grinding the cocoa nibs. Once the cocoa nibs are found by the removing the outer covering, then these cocoa nibs are grind. And when this cocoa nibs are grind, this cocoa nibs are converted into a cocoa liquor. Okay, how this process take place? When the grinding process started, okay, then there is a heat generate, and when these heat are generated, the fat present inside the cocoa nib are melted. Okay, and when they are melted, then it converted into a liquid form, that is called a cocoa liquor. Okay, after that we mix the cocoa liquor with the butter and the sugar. In the case of milk chocolate or fresh sweetened condensed or roller dry, low heat powder whole milk is used. Now come to the slide, see what is written in the slide. Grinding is the process by which cocoa nibs are ground into a cocoa liquor. The grinding process generate heat and the dry granule consistency of the cocoa nibs is turned into a liquid as the high amount of fat contained in the nibs melt because of the heat generated. When the heat generated, the fat which are present in the cocoa nibs are melted, and this cocoa nibs which are granule dry consistency, that it will convert it into a cocoa liquor which are liquid. Now we have to mix this cocoa liquid with the other ingredients like your butter and sugar. And if we have to prepare a milk chocolate, then we have to add it the milk chocolate, fresh sweetened condensed or a roller dry, low heat powder whole milk is added. Now come to the next slide. After that, when the cocoa liquor is formed and other ingredients are added, the third step is blending cocoa liquor and molding the chocolate. Now, after mixing process, the blend is further refined to bring the particle size of added milk and sugar down to the desired fineness. Now, when all the ingredients are mixes into a cocoa liquor, okay, when all the ingredients are mixes with this cocoa liquor, then we refine it so that the particle size of the added milk, okay, added milk and sugar come down to the desired size. Then after it, the cocoa powder or mass is blended back, and we mix it with the butter and liquor in varying quantities to make a different type of the chocolate. Okay, this cocoa powder are what? This cocoa powder or a mass is blended back with the butter and liquor in varying quantities to make a different type of chocolate. Now come to the next slide. This is how we prepare the chocolate. Now there are lots of fact about the chocolate. See, chocolate consumption. If we see the American consumer, then they will consume around 3.1 billion pounds of chocolate every year, which is equal to 11.7 pounds per person. Means that uh, uh, in America, if we talk about the American consumer, then a single person can consume around 11.7 pounds chocolate per year. Okay. Now, milk chocolate is the most popular among Americans, followed by a dark chocolate and then white chocolate. Okay. The people like more milk chocolate, then they like chocolate after they like a white chocolate. Now, chocolate contain more than 300 known chemicals like flavonols, theobromine, caffeine, tyramine, and phenylethylamine, and anandamide. They are the chemical present in the chocolate. Now come to the next slide. Chocolate is considered as a mood food. Okay, they are considered as a mood food. You all know that when we have a mood, we can eat the chocolate because it contains a amino acid that is called a L-tryptophan, which increase the serotonin in the brain, and which result is calming, which result is the craving of the craving of the chocolate, and this is called a calming hormone, also said to be a natural own antidepressant. Depressant. Now there are also myth about the chocolate. So there are some myth, and what is the truth behind it? See, myth is that chocolate have a high cholesterol content, but no. The truth is that they have a low cholesterol content, and also they have a low animal fat. Myth is that they cause a tooth decay, but there are lots of studies found that it does not cause a tooth decay as a big of problem as one thought. Okay, tooth decay is mostly caused by a poor hygienic condition, but it is not caused by a consumption of the chocolate. Okay, they have high concentration of caffeine. It is a myth, but the truth behind is that chocolate does not uh, chocolate does not have a high content of caffeine, but it contains a very less amount of caffeine as compared to the coffee. The myth of the chocolate is that it causes weight gain, but the truth behind it is when we eat in a moderation, chocolate does not cause a weight gain. Excess thing of everything is very dangerous. So if take the, or you can say that if we consume the chocolate in a moderation amount, then it will not cause a weight gain. Now come to the next slide. Again, myth is that it is addictive, but no, it is not a, it does not made up people addicted. I just experience strong craving. The characterization of addiction such as tolerance and withdrawal and chemical changes in a brain, and not associated with these things are not associated with the eating chocolate. It does only cause a craving. Now there are some health benefit of the chocolate. Chocolate are very good for a heart, okay, because it contain a chemical which is found in red wine and green tea. Like it improve the circulation, cut down the blood pressure. Chocolate also contain a flavonoid which help in preventing the oxidation of bad cholesterol, which reduces the stickiness and platelets, and it improves the blood vessel elasticity. Theobromine, it is found in a chocolate and was it is used to treat the cough better than a codeine. Codeine is what? Codeine is cough treatment syrup, but the chocolate are better for a cough treatment because it contain a theobromine. Now come to the next slide. Types of chocolate. There are different types of chocolate present in the market, and it totally depend upon the concentration of the ingredient. Concentration of the ingredients. Now there are white chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, sweet dark chocolate, semi-sweet chocolate, unsweetened chocolate, and bittersweet chocolate. So these are the types of chocolate. Now the world most expensive chocolate is what? Lee chocolate box. Okay. It is around 1.5 million. The cost of this chocolate. Now, this is all about the preparation of the chocolate. Thank you for watching. If you have any query, just let us know in a comment box. You can also send your query to the helpline number that is already mentioned in your account. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel. You can also follow the ITLS Academy on different platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, LinkedIn. You can also subscribe our channel ITLS Academy in YouTube and also get our app from a Google Play. Thank you so much. If you have any query, just let us know in a comment box.